record button. Hi, thank you for joining me today for another family short. Today, we are going to talk about how to stay connected to the learning and Canvas. Canvas is a great page for you to know about that allows you to follow what's going on in your students' classrooms. So without further ado, let's start. So how do you talk with your team about what they're learning? Like, so what'd you do in school today? Or what'd you do in class? Nothing. What's going on? Nothing. What's due? Nothing. But conversation about school and what's happening in classes is a really good way to keep track with your student and make sure that your student is engaged and is up to date with their work. It's a nice way to stay connected to your student and to help them think about class content and talk about it, like articulating what they're learning and what has been discussed in class. So it's one thing to say, how was school today? And it's fine, what are you learning about? I don't know, we're reading a book, we're reading Catcher in the Rye or whatever. It's another thing to say, what did you think about when something happened? It doesn't mean that you have to be an expert in it, but the more information that you can have about what is being talked about in class, the better it will be for your student and your conversation. You don't have to know the content, but you can certainly ask pointed and direct questions about, tell me about this. I noticed this. What can you tell me? What do you think about this? Because you can talk about then content. The other thing you can do is you can talk about upcoming assignments. How are you planning for those assignments? Remember, you're not planning how they're getting that assignment done. They're planning it, but you are acting as a mentor to them to say, how are you planning your day to get that work done? You can also talk to them about any kind of frustrations that they might be having around their learning. So that would be something that you would talk about something, and as you're having those conversations, those frustrations will come out naturally because they'll start to say, I'm having a problem with this, or I don't know how to get around that. And you can help your student think about how would they contact maybe the instructor about that, and who would they contact, and how would they get the kind of help they need. What you need for that, though, is you need to know what's happening in the class. And so you have that tool in Canvas. So Canvas can help you then talk about what are your co-curriculars, what are you doing, how are you structuring your day, how are you planning your calendar, and then who is it at the school that can help you be successful in working out whatever frustrations or planning that you may have. So let's talk about Canvas. What you see here on the screen is a picture of Canvas. Canvas is where all the courses for your student are housed. So you will see on this screen, there are little squares. That is every course that this sample student is taking, and that's what those courses look like. So you'll see that here in the middle, all the different courses. You'll see on the right side, there is what's coming up. There is, if you click on the course, you'll see there's always a course syllabi, a course description, information about the teacher, their email, their phone, any kind of support materials or practice materials. And each class has information that's for it on there. Now, as a family member, and I will show you on my own personal dashboard, you can customize how you look at Canvas. But let's go in a little bit more into what Canvas looks like. So this is your page for Canvas that you would be able to see of your of your student. Now, let's say you have more than one student. Your student has to give you access to Canvas. And while you can see everything that's going on in Canvas, you have to think about it as if you're looking at your student's classroom through a glass, like through a pane of glass. So you can see everything, but you cannot interact with it in terms of changing things or making comments on things. It's just a platform for you to know what's going on. So let's go into one of the classes. We'll go back to this one. If you go into a class, you will see the name of the teacher. So this is a world history class. And here is a syllabus. You'll have a syllabus. You'll have assignments. You'll have pages for that class. You'll have any kind of connections. And you'll be able to see anything that class has to do with it. Yes, I'm going to cover how to get into Canvas right at the end. I'll show you the links on how to get into Canvas. So you'll see everything from your student's class in Canvas. I want to let you know, those of you who are on here live, there's a few of you. Use the chat if you want to ask me questions, and I will check the chat every so often and make sure that we can see what's going on. In Canvas also, when you'll see that this is what you'll see on the left-hand side of your Canvas screen: assignments, modules, quizzes, your students' grades, anything about that class. When you go in, you will be able to see all of the units for the class that your student is in. So you will know all of the content that your student is learning currently. That's how you can say to your student, hey, tell me about whatever was in your graphing functions. Like, talk to me, what does that look like on your calculator? We could never do that on our calculator, or whatever questions you want to ask your student about that classroom. The other thing is, you will also see in Canvas under pages. So remember, this is on the left side of Canvas: home, the syllabus, what's coming up, any assignments that are coming up. You will also see under pages, you will see what the targets that the teacher is working on for each day. So it's really a way for you to stay up on the content of what's happening in each classroom for your student. I cannot tell you enough how important Canvas is for you to get on as a parent or a guardian of one of our students, to stay engaged in the learning. So how do you see it? Remember when I said to you, you will only see Canvas as though you're looking in from, like, maybe through a pane of glass. Do we see what the student sees? Yeah, you see exactly what the student sees as a parent. So what your student has to, so there's two sides of this. Your student has to give you access. And the way they do that is they do that through going in and getting a code. They have to make you share their users with you, and that's through settings. So they go through in their portal, they go on their name, they go down to settings, and then they share their screen with you. They will then get a code. So on their side, they say, I want to share with an observer. So you're called an observer, and they will get a code. And then what you will do is you will go, so that's their side. What you do is you go to the parents page of our Stevenson website right here. Here's a parents page of Stevenson website. Scroll down on the website, and it's on here. Oh, here it is. Other resources. How to sign up for a Canvas account. And you go here and it will give you all the pages on how to sign up for a Canvas account. And I am going to share this PDF with you. You can find it on the website. I'm also going to put it in the chat for you here. There you go. And so what you will do is you will go to the Canvas sign up here. And they updated my page on me. Here it is. Here's our Canvas sign up and login. So do you see where I went? Here's resources and links. Here's logins. Canvas sign up here. The other thing you can do is just do it under, you can do a search. Oh, no, that's sending me back. There it goes. And you can go here for, are you a parent of a Canvas user, sign here for an account. And you would fill that out and get an account. But then what it's going to ask you for, it's going to ask you for that code for your student because it wants to pair you with your student. And the way you would walk through that is through that PDF that I just sent you, right? So this PDF right here. So you're going to get that Patriot account. See, here's that yellow sign. You're going to sign up your name, and that's that pairing code that your student is going to give you. But your student has to go in and share that with you. You cannot do it without your student getting you that code. When you get that code, then you will be able to log into Canvas and you will be able to see what's going on in their classes. Does that make sense for everybody? Want to give me like a thumbs up or something? So again, I'm going to show you, this is just a sample dashboard that I have. So you'll have an account, right? Here's my account. I don't have access to classes. And here's my dashboard of all of my classes. You will be able to click around on things. You just will not be able to interact with the class content, right? You'll be able to see it, but you won't be able to interact with it. So here's the class of 2022. Every classroom also, every grade also has a class page that you will also have access to. And that's really good information that gets put out to all of our classes for either by like, so you'll see there's something for seniors about recommendation letters for college or anything like that. Also on the side, you'll be able to get into the interactive report card, and I will do a session on just the interactive report card on Thursday. You'll be able to go, okay, yes. So those of you who have more than one student, I'm going to show you what will happen is you will have, when you go to your class page, you will have every single one of their classes as they share it with you on the page, on your dashboard. So you will not have like student A's dashboard and student B's dashboard. It'll all be on one dashboard. So here's something you might want to think about. Do you see these three dots here? When you click on those three dots, you see how you can nickname it or you can give it a different color. I can give all of my students that, let's say I have juniors and I want to have I have a junior and I want all my juniors classes to be blue and I want all my freshmen's classes to be like red. I can do that through, sorry, I didn't mean to click on that, through these three dots. So you can make all of this like, I think I made it all this color. You can make all your one students blue and another students like shades of green or whatever you want, so that because you will have to organize them the way it works for you, because what happens is when you have more than one student, everything comes on one page. And yes, each of your students needs to share their code with you. So that might be an activity that you might want to do tonight when you're sitting down at dinner or something. You would get your students' permission in order to sign up for the account. So get that code from your student before you sign up for the account, because remember when we talked about how to log into Canvas, how to log in, you need that pairing code when you sign up for your account. So get your students to each give you access, go into their settings, share with an observer, get that specific code for that student, have those codes on the side for you for however many students you need it for every student you have. And then you will be able to see all of your students. I understand how to get there now. Sorry if you've already explained. No, it's okay. I know this is a little bit confusing. So you have this page, and then let's see. This is what you're going to go to, and then this is what it will look like. And remember, you're an observer, but you will be able to see everything on your students' pages. You will not see grades though. Okay, you will not see grades. You will not see attendance. You will only see class content in Canvas. Okay, so class content in Canvas. You get the code from each of your students from Stevenson, go to the parents page, go to logins, click on the login tab click on Canvas. There's also that PDF on there of how to do it for you. That will give you all the content, access to look at all the content from your students' pages. And what's really nice is if you have a question about that, you can link to the teacher. The teacher's email is right in there as well. Students, homework submissions. You will see what's, okay, so it's an interesting thing. You will see what's coming up. You will see the homework that's coming up when you go into the class. Let me go backward a little bit here. You will see what's coming up in all of their classes. So as you are on the dashboard, right, along the right-hand side, you'll see what's coming up. You will not see if they submitted it. You'll have to go to the interactive report card to see if it's submitted or missing. And again, we'll talk about the interactive report card on Thursday. Are there any other questions about Canvas? It's linked with Google Docs. No, it's not. It's not linked with Google Docs. It is, they may be, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. You'll have to ask. That's a really good thing to ask if you haven't been to open house, or if you're going to open house on Wednesday. It's a really great thing to pop onto one of your students' classes and ask them about the Google Docs submission. But I will tell you, I think this is just a broadcast. Canvas is just a broadcast. And then the interactive report card is sort of like the digital grade book. And so it won't, the teacher will tell you whether or not, the teacher will tell the student whether or not it's handed in. Do view only in observer mode. And I believe that there is a mobile app for Canvas. I believe there's a mobile app for Canvas. Yes, and you would use your same username and password to get into Canvas on your mobile app. I don't know if there's any other questions anyone has. Okay. If not, to thank you very much for joining me. So this is where you can change the color. Remember when I was telling you, you can change the color and make it a nickname. I would suggest, think about that if you want to do that. What I am writing to you right now I will have a video of this on my YouTube page. And there is also on the parents page, on Stevenson's parents page, there is a video on Canvas. Let me see where it is. Canvas for Parents. All the way down on the bottom of the parents page, there is a video. You can check on this, and there is a video of this as well on for you to review if you don't want to go through this whole presentation. Notability is for students to take notes in their class. It's just for students. Oh, there you go. Thanks, Brad. All right, so if you go on to the students page, this is just all the way down at the bottom part of the students page. There's also that PDF and the sign-in. You can link down here, but just scroll all the way down to the bottom of the parent page for that. All right. All right, thank you everybody for joining me today on this partnership short. I hope I have answered all of the questions that you have, or any of your questions. I'd welcome you to come back tomorrow. We're going to talk about how to support students in learning. And then on Thursday, we'll do another discussion of the interactive report card and what you can see on the interactive report card and how you can follow along with your students' academic progress, not just the class content, on the interactive report card. Thank you so very much. Thanks for joining me. And as always, my name is Mara Grujanek. I'm the Family Engagement Coordinator here at Stevenson. If you have any ideas, feedback, or thoughts for me, please do not hesitate to email me. I'm at mgrujanek@d125.org. Thank you very, very much, and have a great. How did I go to the page? I'll show you. I'm going to just do this. I'm going to hang out on here for just a minute. Here I am on the Stevenson homepage. Here is the parents page. If I click on the parents page here, you'll see information for parents. And the way I got to it is, you see that I'm just scrolling down and scrolling down under the family engagement and how to receive notifications is Canvas for Parents. And this is a video that will play with a narration on short and succinct what we went through today. I hope everybody saw that. Thanks so much. We'll see you tomorrow at noon for another short. Thursday, again, we'll talk about the interactive report card. Please don't forget about tomorrow open house, 7 p.m. It is all virtual via Zoom links. I know we're all a little bit tired of Zoom, but it's the safest and easiest way for us to maintain your health, your students' health, and have you interact with everyone here. Please, if you didn't attend open house on Thursday, consider attending it this week. It means a lot to the faculty that you come to open house, and I will tell you, it sends a gigantic message to your students about how much importance you place on understanding what's happening in their academic world and forming a partnership with their teachers. It has been shown that it leads to academic success. So thank you again for your time. Thanks for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow. All right, bye everyone.